Hi everyone, it's Maddie. So today I'm filming a video about chronic pain because I've been dealing with a lot of it. So we're going to talk some facts and some experience because I deal with it every day. We're just going to get into the video and you'll see what I mean. I have made videos on pain in the past, but I think it's good to talk about to, number one, get it off my chest, number two, educate a bit, do a bit of research, everyone loves a bit of research, right? Or am I just a nerd? But no. Today I want to talk about chronic pain. I've been in a lot of pain. I'm always in pain, to be honest, because of my cerebral palsy. This is my experience I'm talking about right now, but for me, having cerebral palsy is very painful. I'm sure that is an experience for a lot of people, is pain. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain every day. But sometimes I have what I call my daily pain, I'm used to being in pain, and then there's days where it's horrendous, and I'm just like, oh my god, it goes over what I'm used to, if that makes sense, it's good and bad days, kind of. I'm always in pain, but there's better days with it, and there's the worst side of it, if that makes sense. Anyways, also energy wise that happens, there's days where I have more energy and days where I have less. My energy fluctuates a lot, to be honest, a lot. But it takes me a lot of energy to do things in general because my body is always under constant strain. So there's that. But first of all, I've got some stuff up. So, definition of chronic pain. Here we go. I've got Google up for this because it'll explain it better than I could. But my own way of explaining it is chronic pain is consistent, basically. A consistent pain. Anyways, so chronic or persistent pain is pain that carries on for longer than 12 weeks despite medication or treatment. It's been going on for 20 years, so I think we're past 12 weeks. I'm 20 years old, for those of you that didn't get that. Most people get back to normal after pain following an injury or operation, but sometimes the pain carries on for longer or comes on without any history of any injury or operation. So, that's the general definition, but I get chronic pain because of my cerebral palsy. And that will never go away because I have a medical condition, and the medical condition isn't going to go away, so therefore the pain isn't going to go away. And then also, for example, common types of chronic pain include arthritis or joint pain, back pain or neck pain. That is the most common types of chronic pains that people get. I get back pain, I get joint pains, I get neck pain, I get a lot of pain. My body is just under strain, and I know that's the case for a lot of people with cerebral palsy, is because the body is constantly overworking itself, that there's a lot of pain. Plus, there's pain with stuff like spasms. Spasms can be painful, especially if they go on for a long time. In my case, they can be very painful then. Or tight muscles. They can be painful, or weaker muscles, I get that as well, can be painful because say for example you're trying to lift something and your muscles are weak, it's going to hurt, or if they're just feeling weak and fragile in general, it's going to hurt. Let me have a look. Oh, this is something else I want to talk about. My pain has gotten worse. I did a video on this called post-impairment syndrome, if you want to go check it out, but I did a video on this kind of subject, but just to cover it a little bit. Cerebral palsy in adults, a lot of the time as someone with cerebral palsy ages, they get more pain and more side problems alongside the cerebral palsy, if that makes sense. More things happening because of the consequences of living with cerebral palsy. So let me just read this to you guys. Symptoms of CP in adults. Some forms of CP, that means cerebral palsy, such as spastic cerebral palsy, the type I have, causes stiff muscles, exaggerated reflexes and abnormal movements when walking or trying to move. Cerebral palsy can affect the entire body, but it may also only impact one side of it. Common symptoms of cerebral palsy include muscle weakness. So that's not what I wanted to read to you guys, but that is very good information. It's the bit underneath. What happens to adults with cerebral palsy? Adults with cerebral palsy manifest a higher rate of chronic health conditions and an eventual decline in strength and functional reserve, deterioration in physical activity, increased risk of musculoskeletal complications, and gradual changes in swallowing ability. There is basically this thing called post-impairment syndrome, and it's basically because the body is under so much strain for a longer period of time, it causes more side health complications and side well-being complications. But I did a whole video on that if you want to go check it out, called post-impairment syndrome. It's like, for example, as people age, like in general with the aging process, people tend to get complications arise from aging. It's like because the body's been under strain for a long time, it's been alive for a long time, it's been living life basically. But with cerebral palsy, your body is overworking itself, and so already the older you get tends to be the more complications and pain you get. And I definitely find that's the case with myself. I am in way more pain than I was as a child. I have more problems. I have more complications than I had as a child. Like, for example, I'm getting horrendous shoulder pain at the moment. Never used to be that bad in my shoulders. My arms and my hands and my fingers, my elbow was hurting today from like playing with my little brother. He was on like a seesaw thing and I was like helping him, and my my elbow started to absolutely ache. My shoulders were aching, but my elbow started hurting. I was like, are you for real? So yeah, I mean, I get a lot more pains in my upper body than I used to. Before, when I was younger, it was a lot to do with like my hips downwards, because that's where I'm mostly affected with my cerebral palsy. But as I've gotten older and the strain on my body in general, I'm getting more problems in like the upper parts of my body. So I'm getting horrendous shoulder pain, which I actually do need to investigate. I've been saying this for months, like 9 months I think I made the shoulder pain video. Like 9 months of saying like, oh, my shoulders and my fingers have been aching. My fingers were hurting before that, but my shoulder pain has gotten worse and worse. And recently, the last couple of days, it's been horrendous. And I keep telling myself that I need to go get it checked out. It's just, yeah, I need to go get tested for arthritis or something, because I think it's not just cerebral palsy anymore. I could be wrong, but I think it is arthritis as well, or some kind of other complication as well. I also know I have a slightly curved spine, but I get a lot of backache, and I'm starting to think that like my curvature in my spine has gotten worse. So I do need to get those things checked out. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of adults with cerebral palsy tend to get more health-related issues and conditions to do with the cerebral palsy as they age, if that makes sense. And then I wanted to read this. Is cerebral palsy associated with chronic pain? Several scientific studies have identified pain as one of the most common problems experienced by by individuals with cerebral palsy, children and adults alike. And as many as 75% of adults with cerebral palsy suffer from chronic pain. Pain in cerebral palsy seems to be overlooked and insufficiently treated by caregivers and health professionals. So, yeah. Oh, and I will leave these links in the description if you guys want to. I mean, I am just reading it off Google. Like, I can tell you what I googled. I googled in my tabs, define chronic pain, cerebral palsy and chronic pain, cerebral palsy in adults. And now the next tab that I want to read to you guys is, what is the most common way to treat chronic pain? The most common treatments for chronic pain are NSAIDs. I'm guessing that's some, I know what that is, I just can't think right now. Is it like, I want to say narcotics, but I'm probably right. Yes. Sorry about that, my mum came in the room. Anyways, continuing the video. I knew what they were. the NSAIDs, I'm pretty sure you say it differently, but oh well, is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Are medicines that are widely used to relieve pain, reduce inflammation, and bring down a high temperature. They're often used to relieve symptoms of headaches, painful periods, sprains and strains, colds and flus, arthritis and other long-term pain. I knew what they were. 3 most common ones are aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, and Celebrex. So yeah, they're very common. But yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about anymore. Like the thought train of to why I was looking at this. Oh yeah, I said that I googled what is the most common way to treat chronic pain, and it is through a bunch of stuff like those types of drugs and antidepressants, because obviously like it can affect your mental and emotional well-being, anti-seizure medications and opioids. But yeah, I've completely lost my train of thought, guys, not gonna lie. I've completely lost my focus and kind of like the mental and emotional energy to continue the video now, if I'm being completely honest, guys. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because chronic pain is a key part of a lot of the experiences with cerebral palsy, and chronic pain is hard to deal with. For anyone that's ever experienced chronic pain, they will know how hard it is to deal with. Those that haven't, I'm sure they can guess what chronic pain is like. If you've ever been in pain in your life, imagine it just never stopping or hardly ever stopping, or going on for long periods of time. So yeah, I lost my complete train of thought, not gonna lie, guys. But I want to get this video done because I wanted to do this video. I was thinking about this video because I've been in such bad pain with my shoulders and with my back and like in general. I wanted to do this video because chronic pain is no joke. Chronic pain hurts. Obviously, it's chronic pain, but no. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the whole concept of spoons. I want to go into another video on this, like a full video, but I like the spoon theory for like what you can handle. Basically, there's this theory that you have 5 spoons, and once the 5 spoons are up, like how to explain it? It's the amount of spoons you have. I think a lot of people go with 5, but I think that you can choose whatever number you want. The amount of spoons you have for that day, and once those spoons are gone, like, how do I explain it? I'll do a proper full video on it, but for example, it takes 2 spoons to have a shower. Now you've got 3 spoons left, and what you decide to do with your remaining energy, or what you feel up to with the pain you're in, you know, it's a good way to like think about it on a mental well-being and emotional well-being way of like, okay, what am I going to prioritize? And then once that's done, I can rest for the day, and take time to deal with my chronic pain or whatever you're going through. I'll have to do a full video on it when I can properly explain it and done more research into it, but I do like the spoon theory. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because it is important, and it's an important topic to me, and I'm sure it's an important topic to a lot of people. And yeah, also if you guys want to comment down any of your experiences or any questions or anything like that, how you deal with your chronic pain, how your chronic pain affects you, you know anyone with chronic pain, any stories, if you anything, feel free to comment down below. I'll read them. It's always good to get another perspective on things, and also with especially dealing with chronic pain would be very helpful to read stuff like that, because it depends on the day, honestly. For me, sometimes a good sleep might help, because then you're asleep and not awake and focusing on the pain. Sometimes you're in too much pain to sleep though. Heat sometimes helps, like a hot shower or a water bottle, hot water bottle. Sometimes it's getting into comfy clothes. Like, it's not going to get rid of it, but it's going to help you feel more comforted with it, if that makes sense. Pain medications. Making sure that you have, like, well, for example, my bed. My bed's a good example of things that I do for my chronic pain. My bed has a remote. I need to do a video on my bed, but my bed has a remote that controls, like, if it moves up or down, basically. And, like, especially for me, the position I'm in can trigger different types of pain, and I have to move around a lot. Or being able to sit up on a sturdy back rather than like a flimsy one. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is really helpful. So my bed is a lifesaver for my chronic pain, to be honest. But yeah, stuff like that. But I definitely will make more videos going into further detail, like on my bed. I do want to make a video on my bed because I've had my bed for 7 years, and honestly, when my bed broke recently, it was horrendous. Like, I was in more pain than ever because I use my bed to help with my chronic pain. But yeah, I will do more videos on, like, a full video on the spoon theory, and I will obviously talk about chronic pain more in the future because it's a very important topic. It's a very long topic. It's not something you can just summarise in a video. Chronic pain is a big subject, and also you don't just get chronic pain with cerebral palsy. Obviously you get chronic pain for a multitude of reasons. There's people without disabilities that get chronic pain. There's people that, like, have been in an accident, for example, and they have chronic pain through that. Chronic pain is basically pain that's been going on for a long time, and I know people in my life that don't have any health conditions or disabilities and still get pain throughout their life. Like, maybe they work a strenuous job and it, like, kills their back off. Like, it hurts their back, or they're, like, overworked, and so they're in pain from being overworked. Like, there's a lot of reasons why someone could have chronic pain. But yeah, I will make more videos on the subject. I hope that this video was somewhat helpful, maybe some awareness, some education, or you just feel less alone. Like I said, feel free to comment down below your experiences and perspectives and opinions and information and facts, because that is very much appreciated. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Also, another point I want to add is, if you're experiencing chronic pain and you're not sure why, or you think you know why, I definitely recommend going to a healthcare professional. I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've been putting off talking to a healthcare professional. I've talked to healthcare professionals throughout my life about my pain, but I've been putting off going about my shoulders and arthritis and stuff. Mainly because, like, it's a lot, but also because I'm scared of the answers and stuff like that. But my camera battery's flashing, so I've got to end the video here. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and this video was somewhat helpful. Bye guys. The camera battery is flashing, but it's not actually dying. I could have kept talking. I could have probably expanded on all my points. Is it for real? It's flashing that there's no battery, but, like, it's not turning off.